Steps to do stock market analysis in R studio. Let's begin with clearing the environment. Then let's load library, Quant mod and ggplot2. Then we can get the Google share market data from Yahoo Finance. And our analysis will start from 21st of August 2016 and it will end on 20th of August 2021. The reason I'm using 21 here is because I have tried using 20 here. If I use 20 here, it only goes on till 19. So that is why I have to increase one more in the ending date. So you can see that there's an XTS object. So now let's understand how this data looks like using the head and tail commands. So you can see it begins with 22nd August because maybe 21st of August was not a trading day, and it ends on 20th of August as expected. And if you can observe here, you have open, high, low, close, volume and adjusted. And we will only be concerned with closing prices in this analysis. You can pretty well extend that analysis to other columns as well. We can make a plot using ggplot. Now, don't try to understand the exact syntax of ggplot. So when I say here y is equal to Google comma 4, it means I am asking to take the fourth column, which is close. You can look it over here in the head command. And I am also giving a title, color, X label should be date, Y label should be price, and then you see that I have also put date breaks, which is 6 months. And obviously these are customizable things, so you can just copy this code and just customize the things which you feel like, or rather you understand, like that you can change it without affecting the whole flow of this code. So let's plot this. So you see, this is the plot which you will get. And as I have put a turquoise color, you see this is like a turquoise color kind of a chart. Now, let's plot a simple plot. Right now we use ggplot. Let's use a very simple base R command for plotting. Now let's see how that looks like. So even that is not that bad, it's workable. If you have to do some kind of an analysis, some kind of a research, even a simple plot would give you good kind of a chart. So there's nothing much to choose between these two charts, this ggplot chart and this normal plot. So I will, for further analysis, only use the normal plot if I have to do any plotting, because for me ggplot does not add that much of a value. Maybe for you it could add a lot of value. I'm not debating on that. It's just that for me I don't require a very stylistic kind of a ggplot chart. Now let's also load Microsoft and plot it. If you want to look at the code, I'm just increasing it. You can take a screenshot, maybe look at the code and all, but essentially this is not that important. Also, if you just understand how to get this done, you will automatically figure out how to use commands, because essentially what you're using is a get symbols command and then you're plotting it. So you see there's a plot of Microsoft over here. Now we can plot Microsoft and Google in the same chart, one below the other, and then try to understand what kind of a relation we have between Google and Microsoft. So let's do that. So you see there's a Google chart here and there's a Microsoft chart here. And if you look at very closely, you will see that there is a bit of relation. So how do we check that relation? So we can directly put a correlation command here between them and see that there's a correlation of 0.94, which is pretty high, as expected, as suspected. Now this was the analysis done for Google and Microsoft. We can do a similar sort of an analysis for Indian companies, and for our analysis let's take TCS, Infosys and Wipro, and we will be pulling out the NSE data. So the share of TCS listed in NSE, share of Infosys listed in NSE and share of Wipro listed in NSE. So let's load them. TCS has been loaded, with Infosys loaded, and Wipro has also been loaded. Over here also we can put those charts one below the other, TCS, Infosys and Wipro. Let's do that. So you see over here there's a TCS closing price, there's a Infosys closing price and a Wipro closing price. So this is how the chart looks like. And if you look closely, all of these charts are looking very similar to each other, and specifically Infosys and Wipro, they are like literally very close to each other. Now this is just a visual inspection, so how to get around this? Let's make a correlation matrix and understand this, right? So let's do that. So if I can just pull the console, you can see that there's a correlation of 0.96 between TCS and Infosys, and a correlation of 0.89 between TCS and Wipro, and a correlation of 0.95 between Infosys and Wipro. So all the three pairs are highly correlated. So I'm scrolling the commands again so that you can have a look at these codes. If you want to have a screenshot, take that as well. So I hope you found this useful. If yes, do give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe, because in this channel you can find content related to finance, economics, data science, R, Python, Julia, and anything related to knowledge.